Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner Beanie Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go. Rap Radar Podcast, Elliot Wilson,
Brian Beanie Miller.
We won't stop this week, man. We already hit you back to back.
We're gonna hit you, get a triple now.
Logic, G-Eazy.
And today,
wait, don't say it yet.
Well, I mean, they already know, Elliot.
We worked hard on this one, man.
Took a while.
You got to go through probation officers and all types of shit, and new management and all types of shit. But it's going to be exciting, man. But Jeezy was fun, man. We didn't really get enough time to even get the feedback. But you got one crazy note today I saw you show me.
Yeah, it was a friend of mine, Najee. He's listening as we speak, I'm sure. And, he's not even really a big Jeezy fan, Yeah. So I don't even think he really knows too much about him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
But he's a real loyal listener. So as he's listening and, he texts me, it's like, yo, I think I'm a Jeezy fan after listening to this. I'm
you know what? No, go ahead.
And I'm like, why? And he's like, yo, he seems like a real guy. He's interested in hearing his music. And I think that was I like getting number one on iTunes, but that right there is just as good.
You know what I thought? It's funny you say that though, because I kind of thought the opposite. I liked the interview. I liked him as a dude, but I was thinking okay, this interview was cool. We've done greater ones. Right. Obviously, it wasn't like the greatest one we've done, but it was cool. And it was really good. And he was very open about who he was. And I was like, yo, if I'm a fan of his, I'm really going to love this. But I don't know if I'm not a fan, am I going to get drawn in? But I guess it works that way. You would get drawn in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just like that transparency from artists. And, he was open. And I think he appreciated the fact that we knew about his music and stuff like that. So we just bounced off each other.
Saying that, though. We definitely paid that respect. And again, just like with Logic, people are really shocked that we do research and shit. Oh, I'm louder now, see?
It's a forgotten art. I can hear myself, too.
Of course, you turn my mic up. I like that. It got loud all of a sudden. There we go. I knew I was a little low there. Nah. But they get shocked like, oh my God, you guys do research. I love it. It's a lost art in interviewing.
The Rap Radar Podcast. Convert one fan at a time.
26-0, man. Let's do it,
I'm excited, man.
Hold up, before we get started, this episode of the Rap Radar Podcast is sponsored by Bevel.
They're back?
We did it, Bevel, baby. Bevel's back.
Yes.
Shout out to Tristan Walker.
Another Queens native, man.
Yo, he's like him and 50 Cent, man. They're credits to Queens right now.
Queens get the money, man. We get Tristan Walker, Russell Simmons, Donald Trump, for better or for worse. I like it.
Tristan Walker, man, he's the CEO of Bevel, man. Bevel is the first and only shaving system designed specifically for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. You've heard a lot about it. There's nothing better to keep. I got my beard game right now. I got to keep things right. You got to
shave that, man.
Keep it right, though, around it, man. Thanks to Bevel, man.
Oh,
keep it
man.
Right. You got to join the club, man. This is the time of the year, where you got to have the beard, man. You got to keep it right.
I can't grow a beard, man. You know what they say back in the day if you want to get facial hair? And I've done enough of that.
But you got to use Bevel, man, to keep it tight, though, man, because the ladies ain't going to like it, man. If your mustache game is sloppy, if your beard game is a little
what's
not
funny?
Crispy.
On the train ride here, I saw a guy, the back of his neck looked like Braille. And all I was thinking was like, this guy needs to get Bevel, man. He need to get something.
That's why Tristan Walker created his product, man. There was nothing in the marketplace that, fix the brother's needs like that.
Oh, man.
Hook you up, man. Get your situation right, man. You got to be sharp for it. You got family functions this time of year to go see your peoples. Christmas time. You're going to see relatives. You can't be out here looking all sloppy, man. You got to get yourself some Bevel, man. Go to Bevel.com. And if you're friends with the Rap Radar, you get that 20% off, man. Just use the code RADAR.
RADAR.
RADAR. Get you 20% off. First month free. No, first month 20% off. Ain't nothing free, man. It's Christmas time. Once again, man, Bevel, man. Use the code RADAR. Get how much?
20% off.
20% off, man. Bevel.com. All right, so let's not tease this too much, man. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of questions.
You know his name. It's Mac, bitch.
Beanie Sigel. First of all, I just want to say the reason I'm gonna tell him when he gets here. The reason I wanted Beanie is because Beanie he's on that Pusha T album, and I really liked his verse, and I was like, oh, we got to talk about this and get him on.
I haven't heard it, man. I'm jealous of you.
It's like some Drew the Wire shit. I love it.
Wow.
So obviously, the legendary career and all that, we could talk all about that, but it gave us the excuse to, get him because there's something current. I think a lot of people are going to talk about when they hear the verse. It's really dope, and it's just good to hear him back, and he seems like he's in better health, and a year ago, he went through all that drama.
December 5th.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
I'm excited to have him, man.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Ellie Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. With the only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Sigel, Beanie Sigel.
Here he is.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Beanie Sigel, Desert Eagle, realest nigga alive. Have a seat.
Yeah. So I was saying why I wanted you on here. I was telling him before I heard Pusha T's album.
Yeah.
And he actually did this listening. It was funny. I'll give you the scene. So he sets this listening up for his album. So he's in Soho, and I think you know when you debut albums, sometimes you don't play the whole thing. You just be giving little snippets and just be teasing the people, right? But Pusha was in rare form. The photographer, calligraphist, he was there. So he's playing all these joints. He's playing these hard records, and then he's like, this next one, I don't know if he said you was on the record, but he was like, yo, something like this has a special guest verse, blah, blah. And then he played it, and it's like, he's like, yo, this is like the Drew the Wire. He reminded him of Drew the Wire, and he was saying how, like, he gave the track to other MCs, and none of them did what you did on the track. So I was like, I know when people hear that track, everyone's gonna be like excited. So I was like, I gotta get Sigel first before the new wave starts talking about him. I mean, obviously, there's so much great stuff to talk about from the past, but it's just great to see you back on the scene with that, man.
Yeah, you already know. It ain't going nowhere.
How'd that come together? That whole situation with Push on that song.
He just reached out to me. I don't even know how he got the number.
Yeah.
He reached out and I called and he was like, yo, I want to send you something. So he was like, yo, just go ahead and do your thing on there. So I did it and I got it right back to him. Yeah.
But talk about the verse, because B-Dot hasn't
I never heard it, man.
Oh, you ain't even hear it?
He didn't hear it.
No one's heard it.
He missed the listening. I heard it.
Yeah. You know that Sigel. You know what I mean?
What's the content of it? I'm just trying to. I know what you bring to the table, but I'm just trying to.
All right, the song. I don't know what he officially named the song yet, but it's about taking that loss and being able to bounce back. I always keep something in the cellar. Yeah.
Cool. That's the tell.
Yeah.
But also, it sounded like you was overcoming. You've had health issues and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it was like
you on them bars. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Just that pain, man. Just dropping that pain. I'm back at it though. I had to, fall back. Get my health together, like you said.
Great shape,
Yeah. Got shot here, slimmed up on him. You know what I mean?
You don't remember
Slim Sigel?
Yeah, back to the bully weight.
You don't remember none of the lines, Elliot, from the?
Oh man, no. I mean, it's because it's just really how in pocket he is, and like his vocals are kind of low because I guess he kind of
because this my new voice. Y'all gotta get used to it because since the accident, my voice got real like raspy, so it might be like this permanently.
But he was in the pocket on it, like in a way. It was like, you know what I mean? It was just like, he said it's kind of like Drew the Wire in a sense.
Right.
I mean, that's probably the most comparison thing. I just think that it just comes out of nowhere and it's just the right compliment. And I just think that it was like, wow, like, okay, we haven't really heard you in a minute.
Right.
And, like.
We had
like,
Pusha T here and he was talking about it. He was like a kid at Christmas. His eyes were so bright. He was like, yo, this is probably the best.
I mean, because he got the first, he got the first Sigel look. He got the first
That's like
look.
some DJ Khaled shit right there.
Speaking of which, you were also the DJ Khaled record.
Yeah.
So that came before or that came after?
No, the Khaled record actually came before. That was before I got hurt and everything.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I came home, I did that with Khaled. He just kept it in the
Khaled
wing.
was on you, right? Like as soon as you came out, right?
Yeah.
Like what is it about Khaled? Like why does Khaled know how to connect to the artists and really get them to like?
I mean, because he a DJ, so he is more than just the beat with Khaled. Like Khaled a real fan of bars. He like to hear people really spit some real bars. You know what I mean? That's something that's fleeing these days.
So do you see like that the Pusha verse and those kind of things being a good introduction back to get you back where you need to be?
Yeah, they was two good records, but I ain't even start dropping my joints yet.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You know what I mean? That's when they get crazy.
No, because I remember you joined Instagram like a year ago, and the first things was you and the stew, right?
Yeah.
Shot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I got a little crate.
You been cooking up?
Yeah, of course.
But
Of course.
But on that Khaled record, one of the lines that stood out to me, you said like you saw a rat stand up on his case, and you wish that he told. Is that based on real experience?
He wished that he told. Yeah, you know what I mean. And in the verse, I told him, everybody jumping on your case is worse than First 48. You know what I mean? You First 48, they put them in that room and they crack fast. You know what I mean? And you know, there's a lot of foul stuff. It's been going around forever, but it's at an all-time high right now with Rat, and ain't no real stand-up man. So I said I seen a Rat stand up on his case. Like, dudes be in disguise. You got dudes that told and dudes that wish they told. The ones they wish they told is more vicious than the ones that just came straight out.
That's
at least
crazy.
at least you know how he stand. Yeah, right. He told on you from the gate.
Right.
But you got them dudes that I done seen it in the jails. Walk around 30, 40 years and they anti-rat, but they bitter about their time and they wish they told. Some dudes can't take it. They just crack.
Damn, that's real.
That's
You gotta
too
do
deep
that
for this
stand-
early in the interview, man.
Yeah.
This is Beanie Sigel.
I saw a rat stand up on his case that wished he told, came on a pill and gave a nigga a will.
Damn.
So when his paperwork straight,
Right.
he ain't taking police PSI what? But then as that time going on, you be wondering where he been at for 2 months.
So how were you able to survive? Like you know, even when you got in the music game, had all this great success. You've had these situations where you had to go away and be locked up. How did you survive those times and maintain your strength and your integrity and never let that waver?
I mean, I ain't a weak dude. I mean, it is what it is. I stand what I do. So, in them times, you just do it. I had records said, do the time, don't let the time do you.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a certain method of how you would live back behind bars, like a certain regimen that you would keep?
I mean, it switched as soon as you walk through the gate. You know what I mean? You gotta be everybody. You gotta be everything you say you is. So when you comfortable, it's just it's another part of life that you gotta just go through. You know what I mean? I ain't scared.
Yeah. But just turn on and like make sure like people know that you are Beanie Sigel.
Nah,
at the end of the day.
I'm not even him.
Okay.
When I'm in jail, I ain't Beanie Sigel. He a rapper. You see, you got Sigel, you got Mac, you got the Broad Street Bully. You know what I mean? I shine like a prism. The different colors display the different
colors like Crayola.
Yeah. To explain that, yeah.
He's excited, man. He got
color
Beanie Sigel in
represent
front of him.
a different personality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might get blue.
But like,
Sometimes you might get green.
No, I was gonna say because like Meek Mill, today he's announced that he might be going away sometime. Like, have you? I know you expressed, in regards to his beef and things like that, but have you like reached out to him in regards to that or anything like that?
No, I haven't speak to Meek about that. I didn't know he had to go back in.
He's not sure. Yeah, he's not sure. Probation. I mean, you could relate to that. There's sometimes when you feel like they use that word around and say, "Oh, this artist's been targeted or he's targeted," but to a certain extent, that's real, right? Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Feeling like these certain prosecutors, these certain judges, just have it out for you to a certain extent.
Yeah, of course, they have it out for certain people. I mean, you gotta look at it. You got young black men that go out and make millions of dollars on something that people dislike, but it comes second nature to them.
Yeah.
We don't gotta work. Like when you gifted with that, you go out and it's so different. You know what I mean? That's why the bigger labels had to switch up their program, because you don't need them. You got young black men making money, putting out money, targeting to the people who want to hear that music. They don't like that.
Yeah.
I can go get 100 million from talking shit on a mic, smoking weed, drinking, partying, fucking bitches. And what?
It's like
You
almost
9 to 5 in it every day. Come on, something ain't right.
Yeah. So you think they love to tear you down and bring it back to that reality sometimes?
Yeah, but
right?
you got, like, I learned in the point now, you know what I mean? I understand where I think it was on the Blueprint album. Jay said on the record, he said, "Beans, I ain't trying to change you, just give you some game that make the transition from the street to the fame. I ain't dig it then." You know what I mean? Because I was fresh off the block.
Yeah.
I ain't dig it. Now, all right, I understand. So you got some people, you know what I mean, even if you targeted, you just can't give them nothing. You know you're going to be targeted. Some people, they be targeted. When you get to a certain point, it's like it's whatever to them, man. He can't tell me nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can pay for any lawyer. I can do whatever. Now you gotta move a different way.
That line always stuck up with me, you know, in regards to your legal troubles, because, like you said, the Blueprint came out like 2001.
Yeah.
You're already on. You're like maybe 2-3 years deep on Rockefeller Records.
Yeah.
How are you still in the streets, Beans? Because, you know, you guys are on top of the world. Rockefeller is doing their thing.
I mean, you gotta look at it like this. At that age, me being young like that and having the money like that, my first year on Rockefeller, I was on tour.
Right.
So I ain't even drop out.
Your album wasn't even out. Backstage.
It wasn't out. Yeah,
right.
Backstage. So I dropped The Truth in '99, straight off the block. I met Jay in '98.
Crazy.
So I did The Truth in '99. You know what I mean? Then 2000, The Reason came around. But as I was doing The Truth, I was still on the block. I didn't know if this was going to be what it was.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't real to me till after, you know what I mean, to the becoming.
Wow. But
you always had one foot in.
Yeah, because you gotta look. Some people look for this life. They wanted to be a rapper. They wanted to be an MC. They couldn't wait. They had dreams, so they had time to plan it out. Think, yo, if I do this, I was on a block fighting dogs. You know what I'm saying? And doing a bunch of other stuff. So I wasn't looking for the rap thing. So the first year it was just like, man, I'm getting money a different way. I'm making money off this rap music. It ain't registered that it could be a career. It was just something that I did at the time because I wasn't looking in the future.
You just didn't think that was possible, or that wasn't where you focused?
I mean, at that time of my life, what I was into, I couldn't bank on the future. I just didn't bank on it. You know what I mean? I already know, either dead or in jail. I ain't think I was going to be, you know what I mean? I never thought I was going to see. I remember it was a time I didn't think I was going to see 21.
So was it hard from the early teenage years? Like, you really talk. I never really heard a lot about your actual childhood or the moments before that. Like, what was?
Yeah, it's in there. Read the papers. '94 took the cops to war. It's in there. I mean, you got Google search.
How old was you at that age? '94.
I probably was 19.
Okay. But like child, like when do you think it got to was it always the reality, the harsh reality that the street life was around you and you was gonna succumb to it? Like at what age did you feel like, wow, like I'm
13. Yeah. Yeah, the age of 13, Hot 97.
But you like you said on your debut, you're like, you know, you didn't chase the stream. I'm sorry for those that did.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan, Elliot.
That was a great line.
Yeah. So it's like, at what point did the spark come to you? Like, okay, maybe I could really take this seriously. Did Sadiq just take you off the block, or how did that happen?
I had met Philly's Most Wanted.
Oh wow!
In the street, yeah. Before they was Philly's Most Wanted.
That's great.
So they had their little team. So I used to rap with this kid, Murder Mill.
Yeah.
So we are supposed to battle Most Wanted for some money. It ain't go down.
How much?
I think it was like 10 grand or something.
Okay. But before you go any further, did you always have the talent to rap, or was it just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just something that I did. It wasn't for nobody else.
Like a hobby.
Yeah, it was something that I did. You know what I mean? As a kid, I knew how to do it. Something that I did. You know, I always liked rap music. Yeah, so I used to sit in the crib, spit Coogee rap rhymes. You know what I mean? Rakim, KRS-One, like.
But did you ever keep those things a secret, or was it like it was open?
Everybody, they knew I was music, but I kept the rap thing on the low for a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that battle with you and Murder Mill.
Yeah.
Did you win?
No, it never happened.
Oh, it never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. They people who were supposed to put the money wasn't around, so we just did it anyway.
Okay. For the sport.
We just did it anyway. So then me and Bubonic, we exchanged numbers, but it really wasn't a battle. It was just like he got off one because it was like, all right, I wasn't going to rap if y'all wasn't putting the money out. Y'all was no, I'm out.
Wow.
So then we finally came to agree it wasn't going to happen, but he was like, yeah, but listen to this. And I was like, all right, well, listen to this. And then it got into that for a little quick second. Then they exchanged. They had already had a situation where they were supposed to come up and holler at Jay.
Okay.
So when I met him, we exchanged numbers. Like 2 days later, he was like, yo, you want to ride out, go up New York? I was like, yeah, I'll ride up there with you. But I ain't had no plans of coming up here. I was trying to go to a dog fight.
Wow.
Yeah. So I told he's like, yo, you ready? I was like, yeah, I'll be ready in like a half hour. But I was trying to hurry up and get out the spot. When I came out the spot, man, Rolla was sitting in front of the door with the truck, so I had to go.
Hop in.
Yeah, I gave him that word. Came up here, and that day was history.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was that meeting like? Was you with Jay, Dave, and Biggs in the meeting, or just one?
Yeah. I was in the cut because I wasn't supposed to, you know what I mean? I ain't had no part of that meeting.
Yeah.
That was for Most Wanted. And I was in the cut. Jay was in there. Too Short was in there that day, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they was
Talked
doing,
about he did a session with Too Short, right?
Yeah.
A week ago.
Yeah, they was in there recording that.
Yeah.
So they went in there. It was some other artists. I guess they was going to be signed to Rockefeller, looking to try to sign. So when Most Wanted came up, you know, they started rapping and whatever. And that turned into a little situation. They was going back. It turned into a Philly, New York thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So then one of the guys said something. It ain't sit right with me. He was saying something about some Philly, and I was like, yeah. He was like, Philly ain't had no hard rappers. So that's when I came in.
Damn, what was the Snapchat for that?
Yeah, I ain't feel that because I wasn't going to rap. I ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when he said that, that's what made me step out.
What did you spit? Something you had already in the canon, or like something?
Yeah, something in the clip. I had something.
Remember a key line? You remember a line?
Nah, I don't even remember.
But you just blacked out, and then you feel like Jay and everybody looking at you like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, they started watching, and they was like, yo, because this happened before we even got into the room.
Yeah.
Because I guess that was the battle to see who got into the
Gets
studio.
into the lounge, yeah.
Got into the studio. So this in the lounge. So after I went, only Dane.
Baseline, right?
Nah, this wasn't baseline then.
Oh, okay.
This wasn't baseline. I forget where it was at.
Okay.
Wasn't baseline though. So Dane, once he heard me, that's when he went in and told Biggs. I guess he talked to Jay and Biggs. Told Biggs to come out. He came back out the studio where Jay was at with Biggs and was like, "Yo, this nigga right here." And he was like, "Yo, I just want you to hear him." But I was like reluctant because this wasn't my meeting. This was for them. I ain't want to. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm cool. He was like, no. Yeah. Then I wound up rapping. And Sadiq was like, yo, this that boy I was telling y'all about. Because he had already had the situation with Most Wanted in the beginning. And I went in the room. After I rap, ain't nobody want to rap no more.
Wow.
He shut it down?
Yeah, it was a couple MCs in there. They just wouldn't want to rap. Jay came out the booth. I spit. And he was like, ain't nobody else going to go? And it was cricket, so I just kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we kind of experienced those moments when you brought Freeway out. That's kind of how Freeway was approaching it. Like, he was just a monster. Like,
right,
remember, we remember the High 97 thing. Like, you brought him out, and the Freeway was just like,
and that's
you
crazy,
just saw him become that person. I mean, you just said that's when he really got signed at that point, right?
Yeah. Because I had met Free right before that situation.
Wow.
I think I might have met Free, no lie, probably a couple days after that. Because I seen him in the club, and it was just a little rap thing. So when I came back, I ain't even tell nobody that I went to New York. I rapped because I was cool with just that.
Yeah, you had your moment.
If that ain't, I had my moment.
Yeah, you floored Rockefeller.
And he was feeling me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that time, people was on Jay, but they wasn't on him hard like how we was in the hood. Like we was on Jay. Like people,
right.
Like when a lot of people was all the way Biggie. I love Biggie too, but we used to listen to Jay like, yo, man, nice.
He's reflecting our struggle.
Yeah.
We're going through.
So I was cool with just being able to go back and tell my brother, yo, I met your man.
Flames it up.
Because my little bro, he put me on Jay album. I was riding around, I think, to the Woo or something. He was like, nah, bruh. Go to number, and they was like, yo.
Oh, Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah, Reasonable Doubt. He's like, nah, bruh.
That's crazy.
He put the CD in. It was like, go to number such and such. And I think
so you said you met Freeway that early back then?
Yeah, right before, right before, like maybe a couple days. I was like, yo, if this situation real, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come holler at you.
So he rapped for you? Like, how did you know Free was nasty? How did you know he was good?
Because right before that, I had met Free like maybe a couple months before that. Before I came up and had the meeting, it was real. I met him in the club, and it was like a contest or whatever. First prize, I think it was like $5,000 or $5,000 or whatever. My bad. So I went down there, to be in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So it's 5 racks.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Easy money.
So I heard it that day. So I couldn't get in the contest. So I said, all right, whoever win it, I'ma just go at him for the 5 racks.
Wow. And you're Beanie Sigel at this point too.
Nah, nobody knew who I was.
Okay.
He wasn't yet.
Okay.
Nah,
This is right. Okay.
Yeah, nobody knew who I was.
Right.
So I go to battle the guy for the fight. It went down because after he won it, everybody was mid. So when it got quiet, I was like, "Yo, you want to battle for that 5 racks right there?"
That's free. You talking about?
No, it was another guy.
Another guy, okay.
Yeah, so people hyped it up. It was like, I know he ain't want to lose that 5 racks.
I'm just wondering. He's like, I just won this.
Because he was all right, but I was just too hard for him. So once I went at him, a boy from, they was acting playing with the money. Then somebody else stepped up, was like, yo, I battle you for the 5 racks. But ain't nobody produced no bread. So now I'm battling 2 people. Then somebody else stepped up. Then somebody else stuck their hand out, was like, what's up? And when that last person was Freeway, I grabbed him, pulled him on the stage. I'm thinking like, yo, you could get it too. But he turned around and started going at the dudes that, I was
having your back,
yeah,
spraying them down.
Yeah, and I ain't know him. And he just came up, pulled me on stage, like, hold up, I got you, and started going in.
Wow.
Free.
Because he was like, no, y'all played him, for the money. You ain't put the money up.
Oh,
it was like,
wasn't right.
Boy was
He already won it. Wow.
So Free was feeling me.
Wow.
But I ain't know. I pulled him up, yo. He went crazy. I said, yo.
Wow.
Then he rolled out Manny McGinney spit, and at that time, Free was so different. He was the illest dude to me.
That voice. Right.
I brought Free around on the block like, yo, y'all gotta hear this boy. He nice, because after it came out that I started rapping,
everybody want to be down.
Yeah,
right?
I'm on Sigel Street, like, it's me. They like, hands down, nobody. They don't like nobody. And I brought Free around there, and they was like, yo, he nice. I was like, yo, this situation come through, I'm gonna come back and holler at you.
So how did this situation become real? Like, I guess What a Thug About was the first thing you put out, right?
Yeah, well, that was the first thing, but actually on the Clue mixtape, 1,000 bars.
1,000 bars.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
That's
wow.
Yeah, that's the first
My
thing
bad.
I leaked out.
Classic.
Come on, Elliot.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's
1,000 bars was the first one I let go.
But it seems like I don't even know what life was like pre Beanie Sigel and Rockefeller. If you think about it, right, Ellie? Like,
Well, no, there was to speak a little about it. It was controversy, right? Because Bleak was presented as like the heir to the throne, to a sense, with their first album. So when Sigel came, I remember it being a big deal because as much as you wanted to try to just conform to a team, the attention was on you as like second in command, right out the gate. And then, I think you guys handled it well, that there wasn't any visible tension. You guys handled like stand-up dudes.
Sigel was like, to me, and I still look at it like, if it's his team, right? He's like Charles Oakley, the Charles Barkley of the team. Just that rebounder, that power
Speak about that. I mean, that was the game changer. Like, you're a guy from Philly coming into this dynamic that exists. And
I think it had a lot to do. My voice was different. Yeah. The way I was rapping was different, and I was from Philly.
Yep.
Cause you ain't had them type of rappers that came out of there like
in a while,
in a long time. Like, I mean, who the hardest rapper that came out of Philly, like, since you could really say that was hard, was Schoolie D.
Wow, that's a different kind. That wasn't bars.
You got Will Smith. You got the Roots, Black Thought, a monster. That's my boy. That used to be my rap partner when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah, from the hood. He from South. We from the hood. He a beast of it, but his thing just different. He like on the lyricist. He ain't had a street vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was the first one that bring that street like hard to it. So with that, and I just was going hard.
But how did that dynamic happen, like with Bleak and everybody still feeling good about, now all of a sudden you're here and you're this major force within this dynamic?
I mean, I don't think it was spoken like that, or that was it. The music dictated that. I think the music did it, because it wasn't like that to us personally. Bleak, that's my bro. We wasn't battling for position. Yeah. You know what I mean? We in the studio together every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? He working on the album, I'm helping him. You know what I mean? Whether I'm giving him lines or he giving me lines and we vibing out, it was just the same. Yeah, it wasn't no competition.
How did the Truth record?
In my mind, I just know I wanted to be behind Jay. But before, like that was my, you know what I mean? I said before, like, still sharp and still. So that was my my go-to right there. I had to use him as my leverage to, you know what I mean, to get my skills on.
So he made you kind of take rap almost serious to want to be a great rapper, right?
I mean, just to be able to, to be, far as the lyrics, I really wasn't looking at it like I'm gonna be a rapper, but far as spitting and the flows, the way I used to, even to the way he used to write, that's why I gauged my thing at like, damn man, I got to be right there.
Match that lyricism.
Yeah, I gotta be right there.
But you said too, like I remember those days, like, you know, when you met Jay, your pain was over. Was it really over, or was it that was just like rap at the time?
No, it was real, because at that time, a good friend of mine had got paralyzed. I was still in the street. I was still hustling. And we had a couple situations together. So, let me see. We had a spot that me and him used to be in every day, let's put it like that. And that was our thing. You know what I mean? But it was really his spot. He was just letting me do my thing. And just when he used to let me do my thing, I was doing my thing. So that was my man. So when
you don't understand me that?
Oh, listen, I'm here.
So when he got paralyzed, I felt funny still, you know what I mean? Because I had that situation now, because he wasn't doing so, and it was like, dang, it ain't sit right with me. Because now I got all the situations by myself, and my man, you know what I mean, he's sitting down, so I was done with it. I just seen like a lot of stuff was just happening around us. So that was the breaking point for me. Once he got power, I was like, nah, I'm done, man. I ain't hustling no more. And as soon as I said that, no lie, 3 days later, that's when that situation started unfolding.
Wow.
I was like, I just need a hustle. I was thinking of a hustle that I could do, you know what I mean, without, you know, on that side, the dark side, whether it was whatever it was, you know what I mean? I just ain't want to do that part no more. I was like, I can't get jammed up. I just had a situation where, you know, luckily I pleaded out to it. I got 6 years probation on, but that, I said, nah, I can't gamble with that. Yeah.
What was it like making that whole first album? Like, I'm not saying you making the album. Like, what was your approach to that?
It was different, because I ain't, you know, like I said, I wasn't no rapper, so it was different. It was just, I used to bring my boys in the crib, in the studio, you know, the weed get lit and it's on.
Turn the beat up louder?
Yeah. Or I used to, like when I used to write, I used to go in the hood, and I just go to certain spots, whether, you know what I mean, I'm sitting in the, you know what I mean, the bando, the new language, whether I'm sitting in the bando with the young
2015
boys.
Sigel.
Yeah, because at that time I was like 21, but I'm sitting in the trap with the 16, 17-year-old dudes who in that lady house selling that stuff. I'm in there chilling with them, just kicking it. And that's where I used to get the rhymes from. All the little stuff that I used to see. Yeah. So that first album process, it was just, I had to have my squad with me. I had to be on the block. I remember being in the studio in Philly, and I was listening. I forget what joint I was, but in the studio, I couldn't catch it. I'm sitting there an hour, can't think of one line. So I was like, yo, I'll be back in an hour. Got my car, put the CD in, started floating, went through the hood, got back to there in 45 minutes, and I had 2 16s.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did the Truth record come together?
Oh, classic, man.
Where I recorded that at? I think I recorded that out L.A.
L.A., wow.
Yeah, Hip Hop had brought a CD in, and it was the new producers. He was like, yo, I want you to listen to this guy, and that guy was Kanye.
Of course. Crazy.
You know what I mean? Before he said that guy was Kanye. And I put the CD, at that time, you know, a lot of the West Coast music was popping. You know what I mean? Even we was doing the thing, Change the Game and all that.
Right. Yep. That bounce.
Yeah, that bounce was around there, was popping. When Kanye put that CD in and I heard the samples, it was like, whoa.
Was that the first song that you heard, the Truth beat?
No, it was a couple beats. Wow. that I remember that today, that was them beats.
What was on that CD?
Oh my God. I can't remember for verbatim, but the Truth was on there, and that stood out. That was different from me. That's that constant knock. Right. It was just hard. To me, that was the hardest. That was that knock right there.
You and Kanye
I was like, yo,
chemistry.
let me get that joint. And people was like going through them.
Yeah.
They wasn't picking. I'm like, yo, tripping. Let me get that.
But when you did like the second album, like the Nothing Like It, That's you guys together, though. That's the baseline era, right?
That's baseline era.
So
right
what was
there.
that like working with him, just cooking up with him and working together on those kind of records?
Oh man, it was regular because Kanye was in the studio. You gotta look, Kanye and Just Blaze almost around the same time. Early in their career, Kanye over here and Just Blaze over there.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't pay for that right now?
We couldn't afford to pay for that right now.
Just as much as they wanted to put their beats out, we wanted to put records out to them. Then it was me, then I had Free and all them with me early in the game, but then you had Bleak and then his squad. So it was like,
Get Low.
Yeah, Get Low. And like I said, it wasn't no competition, but it was competition.
How does a song like Nothing Like It happen?
That's such a great record.
That's
4 in the morning.
Let him speak, Elliot. I gotta hear this one.
8 ounces of Activist. Probably Ain't No Telling Backwoods. And might be 4 more ounces of Activist.
Can't explain how I write it.
Can't explain it. And that one right there was that real.
Wow.
I remember listening to the beat. It's late. And that beat different. You know what I mean? So after a while, my niggas were trying to hear that joint. They like, yo, put another joint on. But I want that one. So after a while, they just listened to the beat like, Matt, they wasn't into it.
We gonna go get a soda.
I was. Yeah, so I listened to that beat for like 4 hours. Before I even wrote, I just let it play in the studio while we did what we was doing. Yo, put it back on, just keep repeating it. Then I wind up nodding. I tried the verse. The first time I tried, I was like, nah, I can't. I'm gonna sit down and finish writing to it. Cause at that time, I usually write 4 bars and go right in the booth. And then finish it out. Yeah, I just need to get it down, then I finish it in the booth. And I couldn't get it. I just nodded out. I remember everybody, they thought I was asleep, so they wanted to turn it off. Every time that beat went off, I came up like, yo, turn that joint back on. You tripping. Yeah.
I think that's probably like your magnum opus. I think that might be.
Because as soon as I got up, it was on.
Wow.
Probably 15 minutes.
Wow.
Literally.
That's a great record.
Like 15 minutes. Like it was coming out.
Were you trying to capture like emotion in these records? It also led to like, you also think of you and Jay with the songs about your father, Still Got Love For You.
It be the music, man.
Yeah.
With me, if I'm not feeling the music, it's hard to, you know what I mean? Because I never was a dude that just sat and just wrote raps. Everything, like a lot of stuff that you heard, the records from me was written in the studio at that time. I ain't have a rap book. Yeah. Like if I'm out the studio, I ain't.
You weren't matching rhymes up with beats.
No, that wasn't me. I ain't do that because I ain't write like that.
Wow.
I only wrote when I was in the studio.
So why does? Go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, why does Jay-Z and Beanie Sigel work? Why are your guys' collaborations so magical?
I would say Jay a little older than me. At that time, he was a little older than me, and the things that he was doing, and his life when I started rhyming about him and knowing about those things that he knew back then at my age, like we saying some of the same. He like, damn, what Shorty know about that? Damn, what Playboy know about that?
Right.
And I think that was it, cause we had moments where I see him here tell me to spit something, and I spit it, and then we done said the same thing. Almost the same pattern, everything.
Wow.
Like I remember I did a freestyle off of one of his beats called a low dope nigga, old dope nigga. That rhyme that I used to spit on Hard Knock Life.
Always in my face with your promo, nigga.
Listen to that, then listen to Lobster and Shrimp. And we was nowhere near each other.
The cadences,
yeah, the cadences was crazy. Cause Jay said something about clock block, nigga, nigga, and I had that right out, and he was like, yo, when I spit it to, I seen his face. It was like, yo, listen to this.
Wow.
And he played, it was like, damn. Then me not knowing him, when I got signed, I was saying stuff in my raps that he had already said and laid down.
Yeah.
Wow.
But did you realize that you guys had like a natural vocal chemistry? This like also think of It's On. It's On.
Come on,
amazing.
that's
like
classic.
You guys did that together, like in a session? Like what was that?
No, I did it, and he came in, and I was like, yo, I got something crazy. Cause when I heard it, that beat to me that beat right there could have been on Reasonable Doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you listen to it, like, and that's what zone that I went in.
Yeah.
When I started rhyming on it. And when he heard it, and he came in the studio, he said the same thing. Like this, it took him back to that. When he was finding them type tracks.
Yeah.
It seems like that soul. Is that like how you grew
I gotta
up?
get for him. I forgot. Like,
Well, you gotta. But I'm just saying that kind of soul. Is that part of like you're growing up? Like, was you raised in a church or something like that? Because a lot of your records have that.
Yeah,
to take it back.
Oh, the double XL. Right. You gotta get that one signed, man.
That's a classic, right?
I got a
there.
Sharpie too, Elliot. Oh, I don't got it on me.
Yeah, my
you remember
boy.
that? That was in Miami.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But
Crazy.
that, but that kind of soul,
That was
that,
my.
Wait, talk about the cover real quick.
Oh,
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
the
Pops, man. This wasn't hard.
That was a dope
easy
cover.
to get Jay to stand in the back like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Elliot shows
And I was
double
like,
XL.
yeah, because I had a cut when Jay came. It was like, oh shit, I didn't know Jay was coming too, and that's the cosign right there.
That's crazy.
Wow.
This
Actually,
right
cell
here,
cover, we
that's
did.
what I
That
call
was
this right here. This man, yeah, that's the cosign.
And I was scared. I was like, are they gonna know that's really Jay? Like, or is they gonna think it's just some brother? Like,
No, that's him.
But it's so clear it's him.
At that time, it was like, yeah, I had the boy behind me. You know what I mean? I could, when I came back with that Dre to the hood.
Oh, it was all day.
Yeah, you know, on the photo
you
shoot,
signed Rockefeller.
you clip the little negatives and everything. Yeah, when I got back to that one, I was like, yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the cosign.
That was your first major publication cover, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that to me. This is major right here.
So
This is early though.
wow.
Yeah, 01.
Yeah.
So B-sides.
Yeah.
How does this happen, man?
I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I always had this talk. Is them B-side? Ah man, that was crazy.
When you I think that's the biggest moment or the best moment 2015.
Yeah.
When you came out, that crowd went ape shit.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt it right here.
We
I felt
thought
it
you
in
were
my
gonna
chest.
come out, but we all didn't know.
Yeah, ain't nobody know.
Yeah,
I saw
we
you-
wanted you to come out.
Yeah.
I saw
But,
him upstairs. I was like, is that Beanie Sigel? And
Oh yeah, you did kind of spoil for me.
Yeah, because I was watching the show.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it ain't Beanie Sigel. I still couldn't believe it. And
You
then
did come up. You found me. He's like, Siegel's here. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, okay.
and then when you came on that stage, it was like New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy both nights.
Yeah, even
That was
though
real.
Yeah, even though we knew you were gonna come out, it still felt the same.
You say, well, you damn near almost shed a tear, right?
Yeah, it was real right there.
Because I mean, that conflict you guys had playing out the songs, it just got so ugly. I think it was like one of the probably least favorite beefs we ever saw in hip hop. Like, what are your feelings
my
on it
bad.
now, looking back on it?
Gangsters fuck up. Yeah. No man, it was what it was. It was, you know what I mean? I take my part on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time. I think I said that's the only flaw I got on my character. Cause that's the first time I let my emotions get at me. In anything in life. It was that real though. That's the first. I think that's the only flaw that I think I got in my character.
But I think you explained it when you talk about how much you respected Jay and emulated. Like it sort of explains why it
that's
was
supposed to have been here though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I explain it, but that's just
But
me
you
being
used to
an
say you had a
artist.
knot in your chest, and like
Yeah.
you was like the way you
Yeah.
even expressed it.
Yeah, it was real.
Showed the pain you was in at the end of the day, anger, but also in pain yourself.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be, you know what I mean, behind closed doors. Though yeah.
How did you repair it though?
I was gonna say, did you guys have to have a conversation in
Time
private?
heal all wounds.
Yeah.
You feel me? Plus, that's my brother. How long you gonna not talk to your brother?
But did you reach out to him, or did he reach out to you? Or
No, I got the phone call.
Oh,
Yeah.
so from the B-sides from when you made that record, was
Yeah.
there any kind of communication at all? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was communication. My man told me to give him the music. So I gotta come right. I gotta make sure this right. Yeah.
But it must have felt good to put like you said, it's one of rare regret you have to kind of put a closure on that and to move forward.
Yeah.
Big year for you.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, when you came on that stage, I thought you guys were gonna do like It's On or some of the
Yo,
others.
we never did that record.
Wow.
ever. I think that's gonna be major. We never performed that together.
Is there any record that you wanted to do besides that?
It's on.
It's on.
I always wanted to do that.
How you guys never performed that, man?
Yeah, that joint just so. I put that like you could take that record to the day and put that up on against anything. That was real bars right there.
How do you feel about this? I mean, you had that classic Rockefeller playlist we got. I mean, you've been on so many of them, from What We Do to Rock the Mic. Like,
yeah.
Just when you hear those songs, they just bring back certain memories. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Know what I mean, doing them all them records. You know what I mean, doing records with Face. You know, we always gonna give you that.
Yeah, you with Face.
Yeah, that record. Yeah, it was real. When I hear them joints, they just take me in certain time zones.
How did Rock the Mic come together with you and Free?
I'm trying to think, was we working on, we filmed State, did we already film it yet? I think we was about to film State Property.
The first one?
Yeah, we was about to film the first one. So, I had so much music back then. This was before actually, at that time where everybody deal was solidified. I think, yeah, because Free Deal got solidified doing Rock the Mic. I mean, doing 1-900 Hustler.
Yep.
So that's right there before that. So, we was out Miami just recording. We was like, we're gonna work on a State Property project. So we just all went out Miami. We was at the Circle House. So I remember recording a couple records, and I was about to go back to the hotel, and Free was like, yo, I found this track. It's crazy. Just gave it to me. I was like, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. He's like, nah, come to the studio. You got hair. So I wound up I ain't go. So the next day, Free played this record, and it was Rock the Mic before it was Rock the Mic. We ain't had no hook or nothing on it. He played this record, and he had two verses on it. So I'm like, damn, what was that? He was like, that's the joint I told you to. I was mad because he was going to take it to the head. I said that it was so different. I said, I'm on that.
Yeah.
Then when I did my verse, I think Sparks did a verse. Then we wound up taking Sparks off and keeping both Freeway verses on it.
How'd you come up with the hook?
And soon as we heard it, you just hear it. You know what I mean? And Free was like, what about this? He mumbling, and the only thing he was saying was, and I got what it takes to rock the mic, right? Because it was raw. I was like, yeah, that's it.
I think Free also told me you jumped on What We Do. Like, What We Do is wrong. You wasn't intended to be on the record.
Nah, I came in the studio and I heard it. Man, you're not going to leave me out on this one.
We singing third lane.
Because I used to hear it. I'm like, this is going to be the one.
Yeah.
I feel like your props don't get your verses to get the props it deserves, because it's like,
oh, you just try to cut it off?
Jay's in the middle, and Jay's verse is so dope, but it's like we're still high off of Jay.
But you know what it is? It's the MC culture. The best MC sometimes would be the last verse, but now the DJ culture, they cut records off the first verse. You know?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get the props that you deserve for the whole State Property, that whole business model that you brought to the table with?
I mean, I ain't really looking for no. You know what I mean? I never been a dude that look for accolades. You know what I mean? To look for it is what it is. You know what I mean? And people know. I just wanted to put out dope music, just real music. You know what I mean? Stuff you could feel. You can't feel nothing no more. It ain't no feeling in music. A lot of stuff is hot, but it ain't no feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't. It's banging when we in the club, but I can't listen to it. You know what I mean? In a whip, or I can't remember a line from it if I ain't in the club. It's just.
I noticed that you always quote lines. You always quote lyrics. Like, you're such as much you say you wouldn't want to necessarily want to be a rapper, but you're such a student of the game. Like, you kind of have these bars, like favorite bars, stuck in your head all times, right?
Yeah.
That just comes from what? Just your love of the culture?
I mean, just I love rap. I always did it, but where I was afraid, it wasn't cool to be a rapper.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I was hiding it, because it wasn't cool to be a rapper. I always listened to lyrics, the way, you know what I mean, the cadence on. I just knew what was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew what a double entendre, all that stuff. Like, I was, even though I ain't know that's what it was called, but that's how I used to listen for. See how people flip stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, even with, like you just said, you know, about music and stuff like that, like, obviously you're still rapping, still creating.
Yeah.
How are you be able to do what you do, you know, considering your situation last year?
I mean, the music is whatever's inside you. So that's to me is easy. See, art, some people talented, Some people gifted. When you talented, you gotta work on your talent, cause you just got a talent. So if you don't use your talent, it can flee you.
Right.
When you gifted, which I think I am, cause I told you I don't know where it come from. You don't gotta work on that, because it's a gift. It's there. So it's just easy for me to go into them zones.
So is it harder now? Like you have one lung, right?
Not actually one lung,
right?
But I got a piece of one of my lungs is missing.
Wow. So how you
significantly?
Are you still like? I mean, I don't even know how to. I obviously never been to anything like that, but like, is it harder to rap now or?
Yeah, my voice, I don't got the wind like I used to. I mean, that breath control, I got to punch in now. Before I go 1,000 bars, one take. You know what I mean? I gotta take them breaths every now and then.
So how does that affect your performance in your show game?
I still know the flow. When you know it, you know how to play with it. So it's still gonna be there. I can't get it out the way I write it, but I can get it out because I know how to play with the tracks.
Wow, interesting. But let's even go back to that time. Like, it happened a year ago, December 5th, that whole shooting. Like, what was going through your mind? Like, I mean, it was like, oh, not again. Like,
I mean, no, I wasn't thinking that. Like, not again. It was a situation where as though that wasn't even my situation. I just happened to be there, and you know what I mean, and got hit. They ain't know who. It wasn't like I was targeted, like somebody was trying to shoot. I just was in a spot where you know what I mean. I just dropped my kids off from school.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
So it's like a wrong place, wrong time situation.
Well, actually, I can't even say wrong place because this is where I lay my head at. You know what I mean? My brother-in-law had some trouble. I mean, he a young kid. He like 22. So that was his situation.
Spilled
I mean,
over.
somebody rolled down on him, and I just so happened to be out there. They ain't even know who they shot.
Wow. So is the case pending, or did they ever find a shooter or anything like that?
I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Wow. No name, no blame.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Right.
But some things you shared on social media, like your wife on social media and stuff like that. Like, seem like you have a family structure now.
Yeah.
That's really helped you in terms of, like, you said something about marrying your best friend and that type of thing.
Yeah, of course.
When did Sigel get married?
August 8th, 2008.
Wow.
888.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you rely on that strength, I guess.
That's what it is, because it ain't about it. It's not. It's to the point where, as though, you know what I mean, I'm on the other side of the clock. You know what I mean? What's the black man lifespan? 65, 70?
Yeah, give or take.
65, 70. I'm on the other side of the clock.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna start saying, Beat. I'm on the other side of the clock.
Man, yeah.
We need to get a new watch, Elliot.
Yeah, we on the countdown right now, dude. Yeah, we on the other side of the clock, man. So you know what I mean? That's my balance right there.
Yeah.
That's my leverage.
And how many kids now? They're grown ass kids now, right?
Yeah, I got 7.
Wow.
How's your oldest?
My oldest is 21.
He think he could take you? Was it?
Never that.
Wow.
No, I said he think he could take you. I know he can't take you. I'm just saying, does he think he could take you?
Never.
Okay.
You already know.
But now we married. You ain't gonna change your wife, right?
Never will I.
Change my life.
Not that right there. That's where it's at.
Right.
Because it's
He's a young boy. He don't want to settle down. Talk to him.
Yeah,
Talk to
Oh
him.
my God.
You know, you saying wife, but you might mean wifey.
Right.
Yeah.
See, your girlfriend, that could be wifey. No, I got a wife.
Got a
Right.
wife.
Yeah, it's
Powerful. That
real.
word's powerful, baby.
Not wifey.
Take that Y off.
Not because y'all been together for 10 years and all. I'm talking about paperwork. That's my wife.
How long did you guys know each other? Was it like something like you grew up with, or?
God damn, Vlad.
I'm sorry.
No, actually, my aunt knew her. My aunt knew her from the workplace, and she told me about her. And I'm like brushing it off, you know what I mean? Like, get out of there, auntie. And something happened where we wind up, kicking it on the phone. And I think we talked on the phone for like 6 months. I never even saw her before, and we got that tight.
Wow.
So
Yeah, because it was something that I was playing with at first, but then it got real.
Wow.
It got real fast.
Wow.
It's like, oh. just from over the phone, like I knew it. You know what I mean? It was it.
But when you were single, did you go hard when you became a star with the groupies around, the lifestyle? Did you get caught up in that at all?
This nigga's running with Rockefeller, man. You kidding me?
Yeah, the hottest label in the game, the hottest.
I never made no tabloids. I ain't. Yeah, I always been
Page 6 Sigel.
Yeah, I always been a discreet person.
Right.
So that's why you ain't never hear me, and you know what I mean. I never was, sloppy.
There you go. Good job.
I never was a messy dude.
Right. But what else I want to know is that, considering your situation, obviously lost a lot of weight. Was that from the treatment? Because you had to do like 90 days.
Yeah, that was just to, be able to function back again.
Okay.
I got shot in my back twice with a 45, so they had to take, part of my spleen, well, all of my spleen out, lungs messed up. I had tubes all in me, so I had to be able to rehabilitate off of that just to function regular, to go to the bathroom regular.
Colostomy bag or?
Nah, I ain't had that, fortunately.
Thank God for that. Wow.
Yeah, I ain't had that. But,
but no more like cigarettes, no weed, no lean.
I'm hard-headed, man.
Oh.
Come on.
But the lean got a little crazy though, right? At a certain point, right? Did it get?
It ain't get crazy. It's just commercialized.
Mm. No, I mean your usage of it. Didn't it start to get like serious? Maybe you would worry about your health, or you
nah,
felt
I never was.
Too far?
I never was too far. I was worrying about my health on that.
Gotcha.
Because when I did it, it was unheard of. Well, it was heard of, but it wasn't as commercialized as it. And I've been doing that.
Wayne didn't have the cup back then.
He had a song with Bun B, Purple Rain, man.
Yeah. No, I know.
It wasn't like it is now. Now everybody. So it's corny now.
It's trendy,
right?
But because it's something that's new that when I was doing it, that was a gangster's twist. That was your fallback. You know what I mean? Because it costs, so everybody can't afford that.
Yeah.
See, and it's.
How did you get into it? You remember first time?
It's a Philly thing. You know what I mean? It's a Philly thing. It was older dudes that used to do it. Yeah. Like that's a high that came from the 70s. That's a 70s high right there. So if you was making money and you was in the street getting money, then that's what you was doing. Like how you had in certain, like in the 80s, you was getting money, you was doing coke.
Yeah.
That's when coke was looked at as a social drug.
Right. Yep.
But now, look at it, look nasty, right? When I was doing it, I got it from the dudes that was making money. It was the social thing for a certain caliber of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that puts you in certain moods and stuff. You gotta be able to handle that.
What do you think? What did it do for you? Did it like smooth you out?
Yeah, it just smooth. You rather run in the sea when I got my thing on me than if I'm sober. I mean, you wouldn't like me when I'm sober.
Was there an anger management issue or like rage?
No, I never was out. Yo, this is crazy, right? That's why I try to explain to people. All right, I'm 42, so I come from that era of the late 80s, early 90s when people was in the street, you was getting money. And those dudes at that, you know what I mean, that's a little older at that time, 89, I was 15? I was 15 years old in 89. I'm 15, but everybody I'm around is 25. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I witnessed the last era where it was dudes that just ain't had no tolerance for certain stuff, a no tolerance person. You had to say what you mean what you say.
You was held accountable.
You was held accountable. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm from that last era of witnessing where you supposed to be held accountable, and it's there. That pressure gonna be applied, no matter who you is. That as a man, yourself, you don't want to be in them situations. So I witnessed that. So that's how I move. There's a lot of dudes that's just, as you get on, everything is weak now. There's no men that
But even in that era, a lot of guys weren't moving that way. You were moving that way. And maybe that's
because I was, all right, when I was 25, I was doing things that a 35, 40-year-old who been through it, you know what I mean, was doing it. I'm doing it at 25. So at that time, if you was in my age bracket or whatever, I'm 25, but I'm really 35. That's why I think IJ used to like the rhymes, because the stuff that I was talking about
was beyond your years.
Yeah, it was beyond my years. I think I was beyond my years when I was coming up. So I was just, that's how I came up, no tolerance. So where stuff that people would like let go, I wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
No, you gotta be held accountable for that. It got to be some type of repercussions.
But now at this era, we want to feel like you're gonna be good and we ain't gonna have any other mishaps.
I never was bad.
Yeah.
That's what I be trying to explain. I never was bad.
Yeah.
That's just my character.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a Philly thing.
No, it's a real man thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're a person that just you live by certain morals, that's just how you is.
Right.
Like you hear dudes right now, even in their music, they this type of and they not that person at home.
Some people don't really know who they are. Like you're very aware
they
of who
lost.
you are.
Yeah, I'm aware and I'm comfortable with who I know who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Right. What's your relationship like these days with Dane?
I haven't talked to Dane. We don't talk. We don't kick it.
This is just by choice or just?
Yeah, you know, as you get other things, just move on, man.
Yeah.
What about?
I feel like sometimes people can't move on from this Rockefeller breakup. Like you feel like it's just this thing.
No, you know what it is? Because that people are so in love. You mean like the people?
The people, yeah.
Me.
Because this is an era.
Well, no, people, media, everybody. I think the culture itself. It's,
on, man.
it's still. This is years later, and it's still.
Now, you're not going to want to let that go. this what's missing now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they so on it, man. Come on, man.
I think I had this theory, and I blame Jay for it. It's because you guys marketed La Familia, and to the fans' eyes, you don't break up a family. So when that did happen, it was like, oh, what's going on? Who's going with mom?
But I
Who's
always
going
tell
with
him
dad?
that family be having the harshest fights ever, and you don't speak to your cousin, your brother for 7-10 years. So it still is a family. It's just shit can get ugly because it is a family. You know what I mean? Like you're beyond those levels of just like I'm an artist and I'm signed to this label. Like you know. But I feel like it was unfortunate that you sort of became like the artist in the middle of it to a certain extent. You know what I mean? When with the album coming out after the breakup, it seemed like people look like you is sort of like you have to carry the weight of it more, the good and bad of like the breakup to a certain extent.
No, you know, I think at that time with they looked at me that way because Jay was falling back. He was more in the, you know what I mean? He was on his business thing.
Making that transition.
Yeah,
he didn't want to make records.
He was making that transition, and he didn't want to make no records.
Yeah.
So what the pressure was on my back is like, who gonna keep, you know what I mean, bringing this feeling back?
Yeah.
You can't take this away from us. So they like, Sigel gotta hold it down.
What about Biggs? No one really talks about Biggs. Like, did you guys have a relationship? I know he's in a situation.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I think he's home now. He's home.
Yeah.
Is he?
I heard he's home.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Biggs the best that ever did it, man.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
He is. It's the truth. He the best that ever did it. Yeah. Just like how you say, yo, people don't talk about that's by choice with Biggs.
Yeah. You
So
don't want nobody talking
just
about
look
him.
at that. You know what I mean? That's by choice with him. He could have been, you know what I mean? But
The flashiest,
that's his
yeah,
character.
yeah.
He was in the cut. Yeah, that's me right there. Yeah.
So, what's your approach now with music? Now, you're obviously still in the booth.
What's next, Sigel, man? We got to get out of here, man. What's next, baby?
The real, the pain, that's what's next. I'm about to start letting records go.
You going to shake us up?
All right. See, I was trying to keep this on cap for a minute, but I met some real good people, right? Who still don't want to let go of this right here. Not like they reaching, but they just love this era.
Yeah.
They love this right here, man. They love that. They want that feeling back, that Rockefeller feeling back. That was the crew. They want that feeling back. So, long story short, they had acquired a few brands when they were doing that Armadale and State Property, the license to it. So we sat down and talked about some situations, and they bought that a couple years ago, waiting for me to get out. That's what I came out and stepped into. So that's what I've been working on.
Yeah.
State Property clothing, bringing the Armadale thing back, you know, my music. And that's coming real soon.
You were saying, I remember one interview you saying that what you loved about State Property is that it was all rappers did clothing lines, but yours transcended it. It reached the regular people, like real hustlers, like
That's
the
how
real
you
streets.
you gotta think about it. At that was big for at that time. You gotta look at Big was the biggest artist, hip hop artist. You know what I mean? People would compare, all right, him and Pac, they make that whatever. Big, the biggest hip hop artist in the world. How many people bought a Brooklyn Mint shirt?
Didn't take off.
Right.
I'm talking about plat, double, quadruple. It didn't take off. It's so many people like that.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, the biggest.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Didn't take off.
You got Beanie Sigel. I ain't even a platinum artist yet. And for the whole hoods across the world was rocking
putting
State
Carhartt
Property.
out of business.
That's big, man. That's big.
That
They believed in that.
I know someone that still has a State Property jacket to this day. They probably didn't wear it tonight.
And in our hood, if you don't got a State Property jacket, you don't even gotta wear it. But if you don't got one in the closet, you ain't considered a real nigga.
Right.
That's what they say. I bet if you don't got no State Property jacket, it be them days like in the hood where it's like, all right, yo, you got your OSP, and they coming out like that.
Right. Please, also, I see on the low, man, you're a hell of a chef, man. What's going on, man?
Yo, you doing some homework. Damn.
You see this, man? Yo,
Chef Sigel?
Sigel is making Thanksgiving feasts. Look at this shit, man.
Oh shit,
man, you can throw down. You can throw down, Sigel.
Yeah, that's been known.
Yo, I'm looking at this picture. It has ribs, mac and cheese.
Right? What's his favorite dish? What's the best dish?
He ain't have it yet. He keep playing. He think it's a
lemon chicken.
He think it's a game. I know he eat different, so you know what I mean. I'm gonna do him. I'm gonna give him some seared scallops.
Who is this
You know
guy?
what I mean?
Because with Victor, I was like, I called Steve Victor. I'm like, how do I get in touch with Sigel? Like, because of Pusha T. I was like, he's like, oh, just hit his manager with Nate,
Yeah,
right? Like,
Nate,
I was like, it was that easy. I was like,
That's Mr. Nate. That's Mr. Nate. He hold it down.
so how'd you get? Who is he? How'd you get him in the mix?
Through a mutual friend. We knew each other, and he just, he believed in the brand. He was like, yo, man, give me a shot. This man, he was like, trust me, and he a big part of why, you know what I mean, everything that's happening for me going into that transition. He believe in me. Cool. And he moved.
So this cooking thing, Sigel.
Yeah,
How did that happen? Like you just
I just always had that.
Really?
Yeah, I was always in the kitchen.
For other reasons though.
Yeah, yeah, that too. But you know what I mean, I used to be
Doing
over my
both
mama's over my mama's shoulder, man.
Jeez Louise, like
That's how I learned that.
So what's your favorite dishes? I think I cut you off. I'm sorry. What would be the best dish?
I mean, anything. It's whatever, you know what I mean? I cook soul food, I can cook Chinese, you know what I mean? I give you Italian, you know what I mean? Caribbean, you know what I mean?
Now I'm picturing
Some
Sigel
meat
like when he's
oxtails.
incarcerated, cooking up like a gangster, like
the Jack Mac.
Anybody that been in the jail with me, you know what I mean? I've been in jail from people on the block from New York, and they know.
Oh, you
know
would
what I
get
mean?
to cook?
Yeah, I had that microwave on the block.
Wow. So
Yeah, I was at the microwave.
So back when you guys in the Rockefeller days, those Sunday dinners, was it?
Yeah.
Were you the one cooking or something like the soul food Sundays?
No, I ain't never cooked for Soul Food Sunday. That was something that Jay used to have at his crib.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, we used to come over to crib with Soul Food Sunday.
Oh. I'm picturing Beanie Sigel with an apron. Like, don't touch that fucking cornbread.
Yeah.
We gotta go, B-Dot. You got one more before we go, man? You got some
I
secret
don't know,
research?
man.
You want to press Sigel?
We met a couple times. I had to
Yeah.
do a piece with him. Remember, Sigel, we did the piece in the car wash and the car got fucked up?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that story, Elliot?
No.
Real quick. I was in college at the time. Had to do an assignment for Rides Magazine.
Okay.
I was in Delaware, so I had to come to Philly to interview Sigel. He had like a new Maserati.
Yeah.
So I was late. I was like, oh man, I'm fucked up. What am I gonna do? But I got to the car wash where the location was, and he was pissed. I thought because of me. His car was stuck in the car wash because it was so brand new. The technology fucked up the circuits of the business.
Yeah, it made the tires spin from being, you in the car wash.
Yeah.
So I didn't always get on the rail. So when a tire spun like that, the car made so it won't let you, tear it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hold up. Like, it won't let you tear it up. So when a tire spun like that, it didn't register. So it looked like it was, to the car, it looked like it was doing something else.
Right.
So it locked the car up.
Wow.
So he was
And
pissed.
it wouldn't move. And it was
So you got to see Sigel angry.
Yeah.
But he was cool about
it's
it, though.
It's a code that you had to push in, and I ain't have it.
Right.
So I had to call Maserati, the place where I got the car. I had to give my name and all that. And they kept asking me. They kept saying, well, they just want to confirm it. So once they confirmed it, they gave me the code. Yeah. And I went right in there, boop, bop, 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 and the chart just turned regular again.
Yep.
Crazy.
And then we got the shoot done and everything. It was all good.
So what about the car game, man? 2 Bentleys? Did you really have 2 Bentleys?
Yeah.
Let's clear this up. 2 Bentleys. Why did you want 2?
Two's
Why
better
not?
than one.
Yeah, why not 120? Why not 120?
Word up.
You love that car?
Yeah, at that time, I love that car. Yeah. I needed that.
Nice.
I used to talk about them before I rap. I told them I was going to walk till they see how I feel. When I come through with that thing with the bees on the wheel. That was real. I wouldn't buy a car.
Wow.
So you could get that, right? Because they would say you late to the studio, get a car.
I just wouldn't buy one. I'm like, you know what I mean? I had the money, but I ain't want the Benz like everybody else.
Yeah.
I ain't want the 745
you went right big to that
I
level.
want that. Wow. You know what I mean? So I cop a little truck. You know what I mean? I had a Benz, but for my car, no, I want that.
Yeah. Bentley.
One last stray, Ellie, I promise.
Yeah.
How's mom doing? Because you always
good.
put mom's on the records.
Yeah, man. My mom's good.
It's exciting.
My mom good. We just had a dinner with my mom. She do a Grandkids Day every year. She usually do it around Thanksgiving because we don't really, you know what I mean, do the Thanksgiving thing. So she just say Grandkids Day, so all of us would come to my mom's crib with the kids or whatever. But this year she did it on her birthday. I mean, which was December 5th. December 5th.
Wow.
A year ago was the day I got, that was on my mom's birthday.
Wow.
So if that thing would have went left, she would have had to live on her birth. You know, that's something special to you. And somebody took my son on my birthday. Yeah.
And you're such a greater space now, a year later, man.
Yeah, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Things happen for a reason, you know what I mean? Strange things happen, you know what I mean, for different purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We live in a time where things that look good for you, you know what I mean, ultimately will be bad for you. And things that's bad for you, you know, it looks like it's good in this world right now. Yeah. It's good for you. Yeah. That's how it's going right now.
Well, we want to keep going good for you, man. Thank you for doing this.
Yes.
You already know.
Appreciate you, homie.
We do this forever.
Good luck with everything, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Wrap it up podcast.
Mac, bitch.
Yeah.